Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, thanks a lot, Paul, and thank you for tuning into the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. I'm Rich Walsh. Andrew Fillipponi will join me in just moments, so give us a call. 412-575-2600. The Pirates are the big topic tonight. We can talk about that and the PGA Championship. Brooks Koepka wins, but the Buccos on their 11-game road trip go 7-4, winning 3 straight in San Diego and come back home to face the Rockies starting on Tuesday, a 6-game homestand against the Rockies and the Dodgers. But one of the big reasons the Pirates won on this road trip was Josh Bell. Had another hit today, 44 RBIs, leads the majors. So I got Bucco fever. Paul Martino has Bucco fever. John Burnett has it. Bob Pompiani probably has it. But that guy that does not have it is Andrew Fillipponi.
Come on, that's how you're going to bleed me in here? Are you serious right now?
No, I'm not serious. Kind of serious. We talked about this on the showdown.
You want people to come down here to Gateway Center, too, when this show
because you have Bucco fever.
I like this road trip, given the state of their pitching staff, could have been a total disaster for them, okay? So they had 1 win over a team with a winning record going into this 11-game road trip, and they went 7-4 against 3 teams that are all over 500. Okay, that's an A++ road trip for this team. I still think they're leaking oil in some spots. I see 3 great individual stories on this team right now, Richie. Josh Bell, you touched on, is absolutely one of them. He's blown me away. He's like Brian Giles, but he's a switch hitter. And it's not the steroid era, so you don't wonder about the validity of the numbers.
And he's a nice guy.
Yeah, and you can't say that about Giles. Jordan Lyles for $2 million, another one of these guys off the scrap heap like Edinson Volquez and Jay Happ, who they found and rehabilitated to the tune of a 1.97 ERA. And then Vasquez, who's not a surprise, but when he comes into the game, it's over. And so he's shortening games for them by 3 outs. You know, when he gets the ball with a lead, you can say goodnight. So.
Yeah, in all seriousness, I know that the Pirates have issues and problems right now. This was a good road trip. I thought this was
say great.
Yeah, this was a very important road trip. I'm going to classify it as a very important road trip because 11 games against the Cardinals, and then you have the Diamondbacks and the Padres. They could have easily lost 9 of those games.
And think about the way the 4-game series both started. They got embarrassed in St. Louis night 1 of the road trip, and then they went to San Diego and had one of their most reliable pitchers get injured in the middle of the game, and then they went on to win 3 in a row after that with an opener going for them yesterday, I might add.
Yeah, they're finding ways to win. I mean, I guess the one thing that I do look at, you got to look at run differential. They're minus 44, I think, right now.
That's not sustainable.
No, it isn't. And
the last team to make the playoffs with a negative run differential was Arizona in 2007. So that goes to show you. You get outscored over the course of a 162-game season, you're not going to make the playoffs.
But we're almost through May.
Yeah.
You know, they're doing it. They're piecemealing things together.
Yep.
And if they get Trevor Williams back, I think that's a huge loss. And they're a couple months away from, I think, James.
I mean, let's just address the elephant in the room. They got to get another starting pitcher somewhere. And if that means going down to the minor leagues and bringing Mitch Keller up a little bit earlier than they want because of the service clock thing, we'll do it because you're trying to win today and not tomorrow. I don't care about 2021. I care about right now. And I think Mitch Keller gives them a better chance to win than their 7th or 8th starting pitchers. Keuchel is the same thing. I mean, I'm going to keep saying it over and over again until I'm blue in the face with him, Richie, that if he really wants a 1-year deal, and that's what Ken Rosenthal is reporting, then give up the draft pick, get this guy here right now. They have to give up a draft pick that's not a first-round pick. The Yankees don't want to sign Keuchel because they, as a big market team, have to give up a first-round pick. So beat him to the punch, get that guy in here right now, and let's go.
Yeah, because
that's not a big ask.
You're not going to get him after the draft.
No,
I'm 100% with you on this Dallas Keuchel. I know a lot of people out there are laughing at us for bringing up Dallas Keuchel.
Why are they laughing?
Well, I think it's
because it's unrealistic.
They're the Pirates fans that are drinking this Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid?
It's not their money. This is what bothers me about a faction of fans out there that are treating it like their team. It's their money. You know, I want the Pirates to be competitive. I want the Pirates to spend money. It's not my money. Why can't they spend $110 million a year? They're $60 million below league average.
Right. So there are things that get floated out there that you look at and you say, well, as a small market team, that doesn't even make baseball sense. Like the Pirates, we're not going to come on the show and say they should have signed Manny Machado, right? Give him 10 years, $300 million. I'm not arguing for that. I'm saying 1 year for a guy that's won a Cy Young in the last 5 years, who had the best ground ball rate in all of Major League Baseball last year, who's good for 30 starts and 200 innings. That's a guy that's better than what they have. And asking them to make a 1 year, or in this case, a 4-month commitment to a pitcher should not be an impossibility. That's not outside, Richie. That's not outside of their financial limitations. That's not outside of what they're capable of doing. If they sign Keuchel to like a $15 million deal prorated, their payroll is still like $92, $93 million.
And that would definitely bring some excitement. They have attendance issues. And if they are serious contenders and they think that they can contend,
yep.
You know, you're out, Ty, on 2 months. I don't know Trevor Williams. Archer has been a complete disaster this year.
And how long can you expect Lyles to pitch like this?
I don't know.
At some point, he's going to regress a little bit. He's not going to be one of the 5 best pitchers in the National League the entire season. So you have to prepare yourself for that.
And Keuchel's really the only option out there. And if anyone disagrees with that, I don't know how you could disagree. Now, here's the one problem is, would Keuchel ever even want to come here?
If they put a contract, if they put an offer on the table right now, why would he say no to it? A complete lowball offer where they were trying to get him for like $5 or $6 million. But if it's at his asking price, the guy wants to pitch. He said on the record, he told Yahoo Sports, you know, I respect what Le'Veon Bell did in football, but my goal is to not be the Le'Veon Bell of baseball. I don't want to sit out the entire year. I want to help a team win. And we know that Dallas Keuchel can help a team win a World Series because he did it in Houston.
Yeah, and the Pirates are in a good position to do something like that because they'd only have to give up their 3rd overall pick.
Which is the 57th pick in the draft.
Yeah, and who are you going to get there? All right, back with some tweets, maybe some phone calls. Give us a call. 412-575-2600. Back in a couple minutes.
The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland, putting new roofs on Pittsburgh homes for over 25 years. Call Ireland Contracting at 1-800-NEW-ROOF.